Hello again. It is Footeytang. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys will continue to take this. I'm going to call it a roller coaster journey, not like a big roller coaster, more like the kiddie ride, because nothing should be too stressful. Which leads me into, if it's too stressful, you just need to let it go. Which leads me into the topic of conversation today: when you need to walk away. So I'm going to generalize because I find that this practice could be implemented in your personal relationships, be it your friends, your relationships with a lover, your work relationships, your relationships of, I say church because I know a lot of y'all be out here churching. Your church relationships, y'all know how y'all like don't like the first lady, but you gotta like respect her, so you gotta have a relationship with her, secretly wishing you could get with the pastor. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so. And on that note, you definitely need to walk away from the idea of messing with the pastor. Just saying. So when you need to walk away, when you find yourself stressing over a situation, I'm not talking about like when you find yourself like you got to put in some work. But when you find yourself stressing over a situation that isn't giving you anything back, right? That's a definite indication of it's time to walk away. I think that people believe that in relationships, somehow, one, they need to get their point across, right? And in that, what happens is you. And I mean this in the sense of like a relationship, like a lover, right? You need to get your point across, so you're not really paying as much attention to, the person on the receiving end. You just need to get your point across, right? And when you constantly find yourself in that position, you probably should walk away from that relationship. When you constantly have to, or the person on the receiving end should know that the person that needs to be heard all the time or get their point across is not a good sharer. So when they were 5, their parents should have probably redirected them and told them that it was time to share, even when they had a temper tantrum, right? So it's time to walk away from a relationship when you find yourself on the receiving end of that. When you're like, again, these are quick generalizations. When you're at work, right? And you find yourself giving your all, and you are qualified, because let's not dream ourselves into a job that we know damn well we don't have the credentials for, right? When we are at a job and we feel like you have the credentials, and you're doing everything you can, but this opportunity just doesn't seem to catch you, right? It's time to walk away, because I'm a believer in things that are for you. It's like a law of attraction. It's magnetic, right? It should come to you. And when you see, if you get a chance, look at a magnet, right? And then find something that it's attracted to. There's a small resistance when there's something in the way. Generally speaking, it comes together. It connects. Right? And if you look at your relationships at your job, at your church, your personal relationships with friends, your relationships with your lover, if it doesn't connect, then it's time to walk away. Life is so, I'm rubbing my temple because it just is. Life is so short. And I believe that in life is designed to make you, our life is designed for us to be, to live in gratitude, right? To be happy about the things that we have and to experience wonderful things. No one said life should be met with sorrow. No one said that life should be this incline, it's like you're pushing a boulder up a steep mountain. Eventually, the boulder is going to roll back on your ass, right? There were some signs leading up to the boulder's going to roll down on you, right? Because one, you don't have the energy or the stamina. You're a person, right? Trying to push a boulder up a mountain. You're either going to get tired, which in we usually see those things play out in our relationships with our lovers. We usually get tired and then we leave, or then we call it quits. Or in our job, it's just an epic fail, boulder rolling back on you, which pretty much means you got fired or you did some shit that you had no business doing, and you was like, I'm just gonna walk away from this gig anyway. Church relationship, I don't even want to go into that because y'all church folks, y'all just are in a class by yourselves with some of the stuff that y'all go through and that y'all tolerate based off of churching. So what I'm going to say to the good Christians, the good church folks, what I'm going to say is, when you know it's wrong, when that discernment kicks up in you, as the pastor likes to say, when that conscience kicks up in you, it's time to walk away. The deacons don't have to hold a prayer meeting and pray over you to let you know it's time to just let some stuff go. Okay, this is for the church folks, because I don't even want to touch that. But I think we need to be comfortable also with walking away from things, right? We need to be comfortable with walking away from our job. If you have faith and you have gratitude and you practice those things, you got to believe that when you leave that job, thank you for this job. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for what it is about to open up for me in the future, because I know that there is something suited for me and my talents. Thank you, right? You thank the universe in that way. When you look at your relationship, oh yes, and then you stay going because you have to believe that there really is something out there better for you, and that your bills will be taken care of, your housing will be taken care of, or whatever it is that you're financially committed to, because that's usually why most people don't leave their jobs, because of financial security. It's time to leave. Also, proper preparation would also help there. Don't live out above your means. Try to save a couple of months of your expenses so that you can be in a position so that you can leave when it comes to your job. The other thing is, when we're talking about relationships, I'm talking about both with friends, and I'm not going to really separate them because they're the same type of relationships, except for when you include sex, right? When you talk about your relationships with your friends and your lovers, when something becomes abusive, and I don't mean physical abuse, you should automatically walk away. But when something becomes abusive, when your relationships become toxic, when you feel like you're constantly pushing yourself on somebody, right? That's a bad relationship to be in. When you feel like you are always being met with like negativity, unless this person has mental health issues that you're aware of, and that's just a whole other thing. But it is time to walk away. Relationships should not be painful, right? They shouldn't be painful. They should have their ups and downs, but they shouldn't be painful. There should be a degree of respect that is exchanged between the two of you or the group of you, and there really shouldn't be this thing of like this cantankerous kind of like back and forth kind of messy thing. I would say that this is like a real short this segment for like when to walk away is like really short, because it's just a general speaking. You kind of know when it's time to move on, and if you don't know that, try to pay attention to signs, right? Your body changes, your vibrations change, your energy changes. There's a shift in your atmosphere, in your circle. And it's really all of these things kind of work in tandem. The universe is telling you, move on. The universe is telling you, walk away, and then if you're really paying attention, there's always, there's signs. There's signs. When you go meet that person, there's you might meet traffic, or it's a rainy ass day. You know what I mean? When you got to talk to that person on the phone, you find yourself getting super irritated and aggravated before you even pick up the phone. There's signs to when you should walk away from relationships. So what I would say to all of you is, number one, the remedy to this, or to knowing when it's time to walk away, is kind of being in tune with your body. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to your surroundings. And when you love yourself first, you will not allow anyone or anything in your space to unsettle that. So make it a great day, everybody. Peace, love, and